animation channel that's new to us got recommended.
All right.
Are you ready for this?
Recommended in the comments?
Yeah.
All
this
right.
was recommended.
Thank you.
By a channel called Offending Everyone.
Oh,
I'm
dear
pretty
God.
sure it's called
You know, I was...
Offending Everybody.
All right.
That's what it is. Not everyone, everybody.
All right.
But this is a video called 7 Things That Should Be Illegal. What's something that you know of that like should be illegal?
Should be illegal?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, now I'm just starting to think of pet peeves. Not putting your fucking cart back, or buggy as I would call it, at the fucking grocery store.
Yeah.
That should be illegal. I don't know about illegal.
We need to do some reactions
harsh.
to cart narcs.
No, oh, well, I think that's actually a very funny channel.
Yeah.
And people get so mad, and it's
They
like,
do.
well, don't be an asshole.
Yeah, so I guess that maybe that should just be a fine.
Yeah, a fine.
like
Maybe not illegal. Maybe you shouldn't go to jail
for it.
Maybe you should be on house arrest for like 3 days.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Damn.
Actually, then that's problematic. All right. What about you? Can you think of anything that should be illegal?
Yes. Not having toilet seat covers in public restrooms should be illegal.
All the time.
I know, and now you never see it. And you know, all these people out here. Look, you know what they need to have? Full sanitation stations inside the restaurant. I need to spray that shit. I need to put gloves on, spray that shit down, wipe that shit off, have a brush just in case that's disposable, and like put like a toilet brush. I mean, look, I know there's people that are paid to clean them fucking toilets, and this sounds like just another transition into like a Walmart self-checkout situation for when you need to take a shit. But what I'm trying to say...
Well, you should be the one cleaning up after your own literal
Not after your own. It's what others leave behind that's the
what
problem.
I'm saying. If everyone did it, then it would be clean all the time.
Almost every time I go into a public restroom to take a dump, it looks like someone has aimed for the seat when they're pissing all the way around it. And I'm just like, dude, so I've got to like go get toilet paper.
It's bad in the women's restroom
wipe
too,
it down,
because
wet
women
the toilet,
squat, and it's just like sprays everywhere.
Look, why can't I at least have a toilet cover? It should be illegal to ask me to put my bare ass on this raw toilet seat out in the wild. Yes, you can, but do you know what that does? Slips in. The air compressing underneath your ass in the toilet seat causes this vortex that, like, as soon as your ass cheeks are about to hit the toilet, it pushes the toilet paper into the toilet bowl.
Well, your ass is big enough, you don't have to worry about it falling in.
Hey, look, it's disturbing and it needs to be stopped. That's mine. That's
how big your ass is. It's disturbing and it needs to be stopped.
Not my ass, but the lack of protection for people who are out here in the wild shitting.
I agree.
Yeah, thank you. But anyway, 7 things that should be illegal. Out here trying to offend everybody.
All right.
Trampolines, driving naked, owning a tank. Shockingly, all these things are legal. So here's a list of 5 things that should totally be illegal. Number 1, selling caffeine to children.
Yes.
Everyone loves drugs, especially children. And no one knows this better than Logan Paul. When he's not promoting crypto scams, Logan can be seen advertising his drink, Prime Hydration. Each 12-ounce can of Prime has 200 milligrams of caffeine.
What?
200! To put that in perspective, that's 6 times the amount in a can of Coke. Fucking Red Bull only has 114
milligrams.
And this guy is allowed to advertise it to children.
I didn't know it had caffeine
at
all.
They have an energy
They can already
version.
wake up at 7 a.m. without having the desire to kill their girlfriend. And everyone knows caffeine is both addictive and has withdrawal symptoms. Yet, every scooter mom in Walmart keeps buying it for their kids who idolize someone that dry humps people for a living. I can't wait for Logan's next investment, crystal meth cupcakes. Dude is gonna make a killing at the church bake sale. Number 2, child beauty pageants, also known as OnlyFans for pedophiles. For someone who's grown up with the internet, it takes a lot to disgust me, but toddlers and tiaras does it every time. How is putting a push-up bra on a child not fucking illegal. Seriously, how are these parents rewarded for committing crimes against humanity? This show should rebrand itself as Surprise CPS, where as soon as a parent forces their child into booty shorts, surprise, CPS shows up. I don't even know who the most evil is here. Is it the network for making advertisements of children twerking? Is it the audience, who are definitely predators playing pocket pool? Or is it the judges who are scoring the best striptease competition when it's clear the only number they want to give out is their own? Number 3, tax exemptions for churches. How many little boys need to get bediddled before we shut down churches? Approximately 5% of all priests are accused of molesting children. If there was a 5% chance you get molested in Target, you think twice about getting that Pikachu hoodie. Now, I'm not saying you can't be Christian or Catholic or any other wrong religion. I'm just saying Catholic churches seem to be breeding grounds for pedophiles. Who would have guessed telling a guy he can't have sex than putting him alone in a room with little boys would go off the rails? And if you're a pedo looking for a job, why would you not want to be a priest? You're left alone with impressionable young men, there doesn't seem to be any background checks, and your supervisor never shows up to work. But ignoring all the separation of church and state, why are we giving taxpayer money to the vault police? Is it because some of them are charities? Because the only donation I see is the one Father Cunningham keeps giving to little Billy. Number 4, infant circumcision. Why do people still do this? Google tells me it can help reduce bacteria underneath your foreskin, but you know what else can help reduce bacteria? Basic hygiene. How does slicing your Johnson even get started? Like, I've seen some terrible TikTok trends, but this takes the cake. Sex is the best thing that can happen to a guy. That's why a threesome is on every guy's bucket list. Because the only thing better than having sex with one person is having sex with 2 people. So why would you roll the dice and snip the only thing giving you dopamine? Because you're one handshake away from your parents changing your name from Steve to Stacy. Number 5, bribery. I'm sorry, I meant to say lobbying. In America, money can buy anything. A nice car, a girlfriend with no gag reflex, and almost any law you want. You see, giving a congressman money and saying, make me a law that helps my company and fucks the working man is illegal. But funding your re-election campaign, totally legal. Companies aren't buying legislation. They're just giving thousands of dollars because tits, why are they giving thousands of dollars? I guess out of the kindness of their heart. The point is, it's not related. Also completely unrelated, this video is sponsored by Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield, where life-saving medication is only a phone call away. Unless you're poor, then sorry, Moocher, it's the casket for you. Number 6, dumb people having children. How is there no IQ test in order to have children? You need to take a test to drive a car, but not to raise a child?
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure I could
Hold on.
It gets into some great territory there.
Somebody finally said it, dude.
Which part?
This.
Oh, yeah.
This.
I agree, but I don't want to agree too hard because it gets into some fucked up territory.
Every law does. There is not a single law that cannot be used for wrong. Every single law in the books can be manipulated for nefarious purposes that are fucked up.
No, I'm saying I can't agree wholeheartedly, but yes, I agree.
Dude, this will literally be the end of us all. This.
Idiocracy, the beginning of Idiocracy.
Do more damage with a kid I never hug rather than my Prius. There should at least be an interview process where someone looks over your finances and talks to your friends. Hey, where do you think the over-under is that Paul bediddles kids? Besides, there's already enough stupid people in the world. We don't need your special needs ass popping out more. Let's agree there should at least be a limit. There's a show on TLC called Doubling Down Derricos where a couple has 14 kids. 14! That bitch is probably sounds like a windbreaker flapping in the wind. You can't be a good parent to 5 kids, let alone 14. I hope one of them grows up to be a carpenter. That way they can staple their mom's pussy shut. Number 7, paparazzi. Stalking people is illegal. Unless you're a celebrity, then it's cool. They have more money than us. Don't even view them as people. But nowadays, what even is a celebrity? Everyone makes content. Who isn't making videos exploiting their dog, their kids, or their for views? So can you just stalk anyone with a social media account? If so, I'm ready to take down my curtains and show you a helicopter disaster worse than the one that killed Kobe. So those are 7 things that should totally be illegal. If I missed any, please let me know down in the comments. And just remember, Logan Paul sells drugs to kids.
You know what you want to do? Oh, you want to push that subscribe button. Oh, push the button. Push the button.
Coming in hot, dude.
Does
coming
he monetize
hot.
his videos?
Yeah, dude. He's
How?
sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield, obviously.
Like,
look, this shit came out 5 months ago. This is not old. This guy's hot off the presses, and you know what? I don't agree with everything he said.
yeah.
But most of the things he said, I don't agree with.
I understand why his channel is named what it's named.
I don't agree with how he said everything he said. But I mostly agree with what he said.
Oh my fucking God.
I mean, come on, dude. This is shit that, look, this is shit that a lot of people agree with, but for some reason cannot say. The fucking kid beauty pageants, dude.
Totally agree.
Give me a break. Stop with this shit,
I did a paper
man.
on that.
Holy shit. It is just like the most blatant, fucked up circus that's allowed to continue on. And it's like, it's not even just really the toddlers. Sad. It's like, why are you doing this with 16-year-old girls? Like, they should at least be adults, man. Yeah. Can you not wait 18 years, you nasty fucking bastards, to do this?
The babies, like, okay, so they have, like, wigs. They have spray tans. They have full makeup, eyelashes done. Look. They have fake teeth that click into their teeth. So they look like they have grown ass teeth.
Look,
like mature.
They're babies, man.
They're babies.
They're babies, and it's fucked up.
I don't think. Well,
what does that do to their brains, dude? What does it make them think about themselves? And why? Look, why are we surprised that there's such a huge fucking problem with this type of shit that goes on with kids when you're doing this? It's like our society will sit there and, you know, the Eric Andre meme,
Let me
where he shoots Hannibal, and it's like, why would you do this? It's like, you're doing this, dude. You're breeding this type of shit. It's like encouraging sick individuals to feel empowered and emboldened to just, I don't know, man. There's tons of excuses for it.
I don't think that
it's
the
like,
parents, usually the moms, think about it that way.
Oh, bullshit. There
are some that absolutely do.
No, if they don't think about it that way, they know for a fact that there are people who do and people who are going to about their daughters, but the clout that comes along with it is worth the sacrifice to them.
That's why I'm saying
they will sacrifice their child for attention.
That's are some people who are like that.
That's what that is, and it's disgusting, man. It's fucked up. Another thing that's true.
We shouldn't call my mom because she put me and my brother in beauty pageants.
It's a gross thing to do. Mm-hmm. And it's more about the parent than it is about the kid.
I agree.
Obviously. No disrespect to your mom, but that was a mistake that she made.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it wasn't a continuous thing throughout your fucking life.
Well, I refuse.
A lot of these people are like career that.
Well, whenever they win, they win like a lot of money, and now that I don't think toddlers and tiaras is still a thing.
Who's donating the money for this shit? Who's encouraging this shit by like saying, we will give you money, even exploit your children to us?
Well, there's a million different ways to do that, but the tax
breaks for churches. Look, man,
I totally agree with that.
I feel like that there is a lot of value in spirituality of all kinds. But when this stuff goes unchecked and trends are swept under the rug, and it's like when your entire concept is purity and shit, look, we're animals, dude. That's impossible. There's a reason why Jesus Christ is supposed to be the biggest deal of all time, because he was supposed to be perfect and literally the only person capable of it.
Yeah.
So to even pretend that that's possible is blasphemy. And then they go on to claim to be loving and caring and sin-free and like trying to help people be better and all this stuff, and then they're abusing children. Look, that would be, if you were really that, you find out about this and it's like on everything to stop it and to get that solved, not sweep it under the rug.
I think those are two very separate issues that they do go together, but just about the money in the churches, I do think that
he brought it up in the video.
Yeah, there are churches that do a lot of good with that money. I'm sure that there are churches who go out and help feed homeless people or give all of the children, presents for their birthdays or Christmas, or pay, I remember my mom dishing out a lot of money that she didn't really have to pay into the offering every week for church, because that's like, God will give it back to us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that, sorry, didn't happen. But there was one time where, you know, we were down on our fucking luck, and, you know, our electricity got turned off, and they were nice enough to help pay because I guess they found out or whatever. But for the most part, you just feel a sense of guilt and like duty to have to give and give.
It literally
and give.
says in the Bible like 10% of your income you're supposed to.
I don't know how much she was dishing
but
out.
There should at least be a system where it's like, prove to us that you're doing all these charitable things and your taxes come down. Not just no taxes ever.
Well, that's the thing.
Because like mega churches and shit obviously don't need that break. And they're selling all these products and all this stuff. It's insane. Watch The Righteous Gemstones, you'll understand.
Such a good
but I literally know in person, you know, in my personal life, a minister who, if he sees a homeless person with a sign saying whatever, he goes and gives them money. He puts them up in a hotel for a week. Like, no questions asked. Are you on drugs? Doesn't matter. Yeah. It's like a hardcore do like Jesus said to do situation. And this guy I've seen pay light bills, buy groceries, help people get cars, help people get into rehab, house people, like everything that's supposed to happen. He lives and plays by the book, which is very rare. Very, very rare. They even at this church let a homeless... I'm sorry that I'm laughing, but this story is funny. It's really fucked up, but it is funny. They let this homeless man stay in the church because he didn't have a home, and it was in a small town where that's uncommon, or it used to be anyway. So he was like the only homeless guy, and they were like trying to run him out of town, and they said, you can stay here, and you can like try and find a job and have a place and have food and everything like that. And then one day he just disappeared.
Okay.
And they got the phone bill, and he had ran up all these sex hotline.
And that's where the money had to go that time.
Yes. It was like $2,000 worth of sex hotline stuff. Yeah, but like they didn't like hunt him down or anything like that. But that would be a way that I see that being okay. It's like they get a tax break where it's like, show us how much you've done, and then like we will remove that debt, and you're good.
Just like whenever you do any sort, like even when you drop off clothes to the Goodwill, they're like, do you want the receipt to do your tax?
We don't even need to talk about Goodwill.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Well, what else was there?
There's systems in place.
The caffeine in drinks for kids, man.
Agreed.
Like, these, no, dude, like, no.
My dad would never let me have caffeine drinks, or well, I mean, he would let me have like a Coke or whatever, but like a energy drink. And then Vault came out, and I was like, it's just like Mountain Dew, Dad.
You missed Surge. You missed
I did miss
when Surge first came out. My grandma got like a 24 pack or something of it because it was just Mountain Dew, you know. And I'm a redneck, or a hillbilly, so I was gonna have it, you know.
Sure.
But it was not. It was the first energy soda in America that was like mass produced, and it was an energy soda, like.
And y'all were slurping down more than one.
Not y'all, everybody else. This is gross. I loved it. I drank like 5 in a row. Like, my head was spinning. I was like having heart palpitations so fast that I was like feeling like I was going in and out of consciousness. But of course I didn't know what the fuck was going on, so I didn't tell anybody, you know. But I'm like sweating, talking real fast and shit. Like I almost died from drinking fucking Surge, man. I
imagine you being like Beavis during that episode. I don't know why.
Dude, like 6-year-old me was definitely Beavis. I was, you know, just like going crazy. But dude, it's fucked up to do that to kids because there's, you know, that's chemically got to do shit to your brain to be chugging caffeine all the time when you're a kid. What else? The tax exemptions.
Circumcision.
Infant how do you feel about the whole circumcision thing?
It's a thing that I've thought about because, like, you know, if I ever had a kid, you know, it's something you have to consider, and I feel very, like, in the middle of it, because largely in America, a lot of people, at least that I know, have seen circumcised.
Look, she's not gonna say it. Have seen.
Most, not all, but most are. And so, like, I feel like I wouldn't want them to be like the person who has to deal with the feelings of, like, why do I look different?
Look, it is weird. All right. And I used to
say
think
that.
It is weird. Circumcision is weird.
Oh,
all right?
sir, I thought you just
like,
meant,
no,
like,
the idea, the concept. I'm just going to say it's weird. Like, of course, people do it in the hospital and this, that, and whatever, and it's this societal, cultural thing. But, like, it's a societal, cultural thing of we biologically evolved for our units to be that way.
Sure, yeah.
This is genital mutilation of an infant. All right?
Yeah.
That tells you what can be societally made normal. Okay? Yes, I agree. It is normal for me. It is just the way that culture is.
My dick snipped.
Look, man, I might have had 3 whole inches had they not done that to me. No, but listen, the whole situation, I'm not saying or condemning anybody or whatever. To me personally, from an outside perspective, if I was an alien sitting back watching this happen, I would be like, are y'all fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Why?
If, like, what would you do? Like, okay, you're having a kid. Are you gonna do it or not?
Leave the boy's hog alone, dude.
Okay.
Leave him. I mean, if he go, I had a friend. We were actually in, like, kindergarten, 1st grade-ish or something like that. All the boys, it was like field day or something, had to go pee now because we're not, we got to get on the bus and all this shit. So everybody go pee. So we're all the stalls are lined out, like all 10 of them, because for some reason the old schools had like damn 10 urinals. It wasn't like 4. It was like a whole fucking line. So we're all lined up and we're doing the normal young man thing where your pants drop to your fucking ankles when you piss, you know?
Okay.
And my friend looks over at his other friend and is like, bro, your shit is weird looking, man.
See?
and he was like, what? And he was like, look, your shit is weird. Everybody else's shit don't look like that. He was like a couple years later even. So it went from like, I don't know, early elementary school on to like when we were 10 or 12-ish, and was like, going to have my surgery today, boys.
See, okay, no, we actually know someone who got circumcised when they were like 14.
Yeah, he was like, I'm tired of being the odd man out.
We know, you and I both know someone.
I'm sure. I'm just telling you a story about somebody I know that had it done. So that's 2 people.
But yeah, so like, okay, just like if I had a kid who was like, I want my ears pierced, I would let them go have their ears pierced. But I'm not going to pierce their ears like I had my ears pierced when I was an infant.
But if it's no longer the trend, then people will stop doing it because it's the trend. They will make the decision of, is this how I want my body to functionally be?
Yeah.
Okay? Because if you went into one of these African tribes where they put the rings around their necks to stretch their shit, like, if you just saw one person like that, you'd be like, well, goddamn. But if it's everybody, you'd be like, shit, man, I got to start stacking my rings, I've got to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a society thing, but it's just like one of those things that, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not trying to go out here because I know it's a religious practice, and I'm not trying to shit on people's beliefs and everything. But, like, personally, my personal stance on it is, man, leave the boy's hog alone.
Yeah, I recently, yesterday, watched Saltburn, and there is
many hogs.
No, just one. I don't like calling it a hog, but anyway, there's one scene where that is, and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just flopping around everywhere. Yeah. And, like, it genuinely always surprises me a little bit. Just because that's not... But, like, in other, like, countries...
Yeah.
Like, it's totally normal for it to just not be.
Right.
So...
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a very weird one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Leave the hogs alone. Bribery. We are talking about the legal variety. We're talking about people who go in and lobby in Congress and pass laws and get influence in our legal system and in the government in general by throwing money around at people's political campaigns and stuff like that. In my opinion, that is the equivalent of treason.
Yeah.
You are swearing allegiance to your company over your country, and you should be treated like a traitor to the nation if you're a lobbyist. I don't give a shit what the excuse is.
In my family.
It is absolutely the problem. It is the problem in our government right now. If that were to be fixed, it would be like the fables where the lion gets the fucking thorn pulled out of its paw. If you could take the money out of politics like that, and anybody that's caught doing it, like if a political person goes and meets somebody at a coffee shop and they got money slid underneath the table,
yeah,
prison for life.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, like, the penalty for this has to be, unfortunately, because money is so powerful and power is so appealing, if you're caught doing this, you will never see daylight again. Like, it has got to be that serious, or money will win.
Or you can just, like, never hold any kind of office again.
Who cares? I just made $10 million.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. You know,
meanwhile, I want people to be on house arrest for 3 days for putting their grocery carts.
People having kids that shouldn't be having kids.
All right, we're taking a 4-minute video and turning it into 30, so I am not going to go in depth on this. I feel like you can't involve yourself in other people's choices, but it is a huge problem.
You shouldn't involve yourself in other people's choices, and they damn sure should not be involving me in theirs.
Yes.
Okay? It is a basic human right to be able to reproduce.
Yes.
It is one of the main reasons for life in general.
Yes.
And I agree that it is a big step to legislate who is allowed to have kids. That is a huge overstep of the government.
Yes.
I understand that. But making it there's no answer. There's no answer to it. But it is unfair to everybody that anybody can have all the kids that they want to. And it's unfair to the children who are born into situations that are extremely fucked up.
I absolutely
There
agree.
are people who have issues and no support.
Yes.
They have no family, they have no nothing, and they have babies, and it is a huge mess. It is a huge mess. And to pretend like anybody who comments on the fact that it's a huge mess is a bad person,
no.
There are people who are like, you can't say shit about this. This exact conversation will get you called a damn whatever quicker than just about anything. But dude, it doesn't take like the largest amount of common sense to realize if somebody has an issue functioning as an adult that knows how to bathe and eat any kind of nutrition.
Right. If you can't provide for yourself, then you can't provide for a child.
Yes. If you yourself are a horrible detriment to yourself and everyone around you, having a child should not be an option.
Yeah, I mean,
somehow, some way.
I know that, you know, I have family members who are raising other family members' kids.
There's too many grandmas raising their grandkids, and there's too many great-grandparents at this point raising everybody all the way down.
But I don't think that the answer is just like some sort of mass cutoff.
You know, we have learned a lot when it came in the 30s with like eugenics and shit like that, that shit is just a bad idea.
That's where I was going with it, but I wasn't trying to get into it.
There are people out there who have just tried to eliminate all of those who are not to standard, and that's barbaric. That in and of itself is horrific. So that's what I mean about you give certain powers, it'll be used the wrong way. Even something that's like, obviously everybody knows that there's a huge problem here, but how do you fix it? And how do you do that in a compassionate, appropriate way? Who fucking knows? We've got one more. This will be easy. Paparazzi, obviously bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
Obviously shouldn't be a thing.
Because they're, the Tobey Maguire in the airport.
Yeah.
And then there was somebody else, I can't remember who it was. Oh man, who was it? Who was driving, and it wasn't Tobey Maguire again, was it? There's somebody who was like trying to get in their car and drive.
Oh yeah.
And they couldn't because the paparazzi were just like, I know my road rage and my anger and like the flashing lights and stuff. Like, I would probably just hit the fucking gas.
Damn.
I would hit the fucking gas and go.
I don't know about all that, Nikki. Damn.
I would hit the gas and go.
But yeah, paparazzi's bullshit. But there you have it. Offending everybody.
Good God.
It created a hell of a conversation.
It did.
So I appreciate him for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction, and we will see you in the next one.
See y'all.
Bye.